On August 17, UFC 305 will be hosted by Perth, Australia, between Israel Adesanya, the Last Stylebender, and the middleweight champion Dricus Du Plessis. DraftKings has currently Adesanya as a favorite, but I don't think Adesanya is going to win this fight. I believe Dricus Du Plessis will take it to the Last Stylebender. Plessis has shown in the past he is willing to pressure his opponents, willing to stand in the pocket, and willing to dish it out just as well as he's willing to take it. We saw that in his championship fight against Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland left his face a mess. But Du Plessis also fired back and hit Strickland with some good shots and was putting Strickland on the back foot that entire fight. I expect him to do something similar to Adesanya. As we've seen in the past, Adesanya struggles with intelligent pressure. We saw that when he lost his belt to Sean Strickland. Strickland had him on the back foot that entire fight, made him uncomfortable, and just strictly outboxed Adesanya that entire 5-round affair. We've seen it in the past when he went up in weight against Jan Blachowicz. Obviously, the Polish Power was a 205-pounder, and Adesanya went up in weight to fight for the light heavyweight championship. But we saw he struggled with the pressure of Jan Blachowicz. And in previous fights, in his interim title fight against Kelvin Gastelum, we saw something similar as Gastelum pushed the pace and made Adesanya uncomfortable in several moments of that fight. Adesanya struggled against Gastelum because of the pressure, struggled against Blachowicz because of the pressure, and I see him struggling in this one as well because of the pressure. Du Plessis is willing to push the pace, and he's willing to throw at the same time as he's going forward. He just doesn't go forward and take punches. He goes forward and he throws his punches in bunches, as we saw in the Strickland fight and in the demolition of Robert Whittaker. I don't remember choosing Robert Whittaker to lose that fight. I thought Robert Whittaker was going to outclass Du Plessis, but we saw what happened. I see Du Plessis winning a very close fight. I don't think it's going to be as dominating as the way Strickland dominated, but I do see Du Plessis winning a decision 3-2 against Adesanya, and because the difference maker being that pressure, I believe he sways the judges in Australia. But I do see Adesanya getting a couple licks in, he gets a couple of his punches in, but once that starts happening, I see Du Plessis dropping down, hitting a double leg takedown, or just using his brute force and getting his takedowns. Do I see much damage happening on the ground? Not so much, but I do see Adesanya standing up and taking those punches and going backwards, being uncomfortable in the entire 5 rounds. I have Du Plessis going the distance and retaining